All right, guys, so we did a consultation already. I'm just going to explain it. Jonathan's coming in today to he showed me 2 pictures, but this line is already too deep in. It's too short to recreate a different design like he showed me out of the 2 options that he had. But what he wants is pretty much just a little bit at the top. He wants a little bit of texture. We're going to do a ball fade, and we're going to put the line back in and try to make it as clean as possible. Is that about right? All right, let's do it.
What's going on, YouTube? We are back with another tutorial, and today we have Jonathan, who's a barber in the Tampa Bay area. He came in, thankfully booked an appointment because I was scared I was gonna have no tutorials for you guys this week, so he kind of saved the day. We started with a number 3, and then we did our initial guideline, and now we're gonna blend down with that 2 guard open and then 2 guard close. I'm going to stay around. I'm really focusing on staying beneath the design because I want the top of the design, you know, like lines are really 2 lines in a haircut, right? So you got the top of the line and the bottom of the line. I want the top of the line to stay dark. I want the bottom of the line to stay dark. That way it really pops. So we're really focusing at this point at fading beneath that line. So 2 close, 1.5 guard, and now we're using the 1 guard all the way open. And you can see as I'm using my clippers in that area, it's kind of patchy. So I know I'm gonna have to go back and clean that up. So I'm just gonna move on, or else it's gonna take, or I'm gonna be there forever, and I'm not really gonna see any progress. So now I got my clipper all the way closed, and we're going beneath where we left off with the clipper open. I think that's an important thing that barbers have to be able to manage and be disciplined, because, you know, especially with our OCD, man, we'll be on the cut forever. You know what I mean? And in a shop where when it's busy, you gotta be able to move on and come back. All right, so now we're using the 1/2 guard. We started halfway open and now all the way closed. Once we get done with this 1/2 guard, then we know, you know, the goal is to erase that bottom line. So we can start from the bottom line, or we can continue to blend down once we're done with the 1/2 guard. All right, and as you can see, I'm going clipper all the way closed, and I'm going up about 1/4 to 1/2, you know, about a 1/4 inch up, and opening it little by little until it's blended. You have to go up, or you're not going to create a transition. It's gonna look dark around that initial guideline area, and that's not what you want. All right, so at this point we have gone through our system, and now it's time to detail. I got the camera closer so y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm using a lot of my corners to try to lighten little dark spots up. Sometimes detailing also includes like spreading the blend out. Now what I decided to do was go ahead and start to put this line back in, and I am only focused on that top line. I'm not focused on the bottom line. I'm focused on the top of the line, just to make sure it's a nice, clean, gradual curve. Where I felt like before it was kind of just like slanting downwards, I wanted it to be parallel with his parietal ridge, which is where his head starts to curve over to the top and then starts to drop down. All right, and now at this point, we'll go ahead and detail the bottom part of the line. You gotta be very careful not to make this line too thick. I would much rather, you know, if I feel like I might risk making it too thick with the trimmer, I'd much rather come back with the razor and clean it up. But now that that line is in, I can really see the contrast of the blend, and I can really detail it some more. So I'm gonna go in here with my 1.5 guard, and then, you know, start to blend down, 1 guard open, and I'm really looking to make sure that these dark spots aren't as spotty as before. I don't think it can ever be perfect, but you can, you know, you could try. I think that's what matters. I think that's what your clients will appreciate, that you're trying to make it as good as you possibly can. Some canvases, some clients, they just not gonna grasp that super clean blend where the gradients looks like it's photoshopped, you know. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and start the back here. And the back for me, I don't know, it's hard to get the right lighting and stuff, but at least for the camera's sake. But we're pretty much doing the same thing. We're blending down, and then we'll come back in detail. So 1.5 guard, now 1 guard open, now 1 guard closed. If you notice, I'm standing at this angle here. I think that's super important. Again, so that you make sure that it flows into the back from the fade. All right, we're using the half guard here, and you guys know once we get done with the half guard, we can go blade open and close it until it's completely faded out and that bottom line is gone, or you can close the clipper and fade up from that bottom line if you want to. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and do this side. I'm gonna shut up for a second, let you guys follow along with the color guide in the bottom left corner. Let's see if you was paying attention to the other side when I explained it. Alright guys, so I'm back. We're gonna go ahead and start to line him up and bald him out. The reason why I leave that hair at the bottom to the end is because it allows for contrast in the blend. So you're able to, I feel like you're able to see the blend much better when you have dark hair above, dark hair on the bottom. It just, I don't know, that contrast allows you to see the blend a little bit better, I feel like. So that's why I leave that bottom hair to the end and then I just bald it out. I think you know, if you've never tried it, Try it and you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a madness to the method, or a method to the madness. I don't know. Ignore that. But there's a reason why I'm doing it. It's not just because I'm lazy or I'm not a clean barber or whatever. All right, but we can go ahead and start to ball them out, and we will use the shaver to get it even blurrier. As you can see, I'm using the shaver now. All right, and he wants to shave everything off his face, just keep the mustache. All right, and now we'll go ahead and clean up his hairline. Now he told me he wanted like a textured top, so I'm not gonna like cut down the front hairline so that the line is crispier. I'm okay with it having a little texture, but having symmetry, I'm okay with that, with the look that we're trying to complete. If I wasn't, I probably would grab like a number 2 guard or a 3 guard, maybe probably lower, 1.5 guard, and just kind of lower it a little bit around there, around the hairline, and then line it up. But in this instance, that's not the look I'm going for. All right, and now we're just gonna, because his hair is a little thin at the top, we're not gonna point cut or thin the hair out. We're just gonna slice cut. This is very good for creating texture on thinner hair, and that's the technique I chose to use on him because he did want texture. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the razor here. Now the reason why I did the razor first, because we are gonna enhance the cut. The reason why I did the razor first is just because I want to make sure that the lines were nice and clean before the color. Especially around the design area, I want to make sure that was, I used the razor to clean up the design and make it sharper. I don't want to use the color to make it sharper, solely to make it sharper. The color is to enhance a sharp look, so that's why I did the razor first. Then we'll enhance it, clean it up, and you'll see the final results. All right, we're cleaning up the razor. He said he wanted to keep him as full as possible. He just wanted it to look clean. And because I did kind of wet his hair a little bit when we were slice cutting, I went ahead and blow dried it. And now we're adding 245 pure powder. This is a texturizing and volumizing powder. You can get it at tomb45.com. And now we're gonna enhance the cut. And for those of you guys who are wondering, whenever I talk about Tomb 45 or something like that, that's not just me like promoting a sponsor or something like that. That is a company that I started about 4 or 5 years ago. And the team has grown. So the card I was using there was Sean Cut's hair. The compressor is the Beam Team XL, if you guys know who Get Beamed is. And so like we're growing little by little as a team. Our channels are growing, as a company we're growing. And so anytime you buy one of those products, man, you're supporting, your favorite YouTubers, man. So guys, this is the after. You saw it before, this is the after. Yeah, that right there, that shot right there was clean. Georgia, that shot was clean. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching another video. If you like the cut, let me know in the comments below. Smash the like button, it helps the channel out so much. If you're new to the channel, we drop every single day. Every single day we're dropping content. We work really hard, myself and Georgia, to get you the content, and Tito to get you the beats. So like always, I appreciate you guys, love y'all, and I'll see you on the next video.